What's up, guys? I'm Gabby Wilson for MTV News, and I'm here with Logic, who's one of our huge VMA performers this year. How are you doing?
I'm great. Yo, that was like a hell of an intro. Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. That's so cool.
You just got off stage from your rehearsals. How'd it
Yeah.
go?
It was pretty gangsta. Everybody's super nice and really sweet, and I just went out there and I did my thing. It's really cool though to see like how professional everybody is, you know, because this is a really big deal, and like no pressure, but it's like the biggest performance of my life. So it's really cool that everybody's so chill. Yeah, it's tight.
Yeah. What does it mean to you to be performing at the VMAs?
Honestly, it means a lot because, like, you know, I grew up watching this, so it's like to be here is really, I don't know, it's extremely special. But I'm super stoked that I'm here for, you know, something, no shy, but like extremely just different from everybody else. I like that. I like that, you know, I'm here talking about like a real message, and the fact that people even want to hear that message is crazy, so I'm really excited.
Yeah, what does it mean to you to be performing 1-800 in particular on the
Man,
VMA stage?
Yeah, it's honestly, when I made that song, I didn't think this would ever happen. I just made it for people who needed it, you know what I mean? But I guess it's kind of catchy, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, it means a lot that I can just have this platform to discuss, you know, not only this song, but what the entire album represents, which is just equality for everyone. So it's I'm just really happy to be here.
Yeah, definitely. Talk to me about like the creation of that song, because it's a really heavy topic, but it's still anthemic and feels like...
No, completely. It's one of those things where it fits in with the album because the concept of the album is basically where I'm rapping from all these different perspectives, like different people's lives. So when I wrote that song, it was a really hard one to write just for the simple fact that, like, you know, it starts out so depressing, and I had to put myself in that mind state and in that mentality to write it. And it was honestly I didn't enjoy making the song because it was such a hard thing to do, but I enjoyed the outcome, obviously. And so it's really special. That and so many other songs on the album, you know, which discuss mental health or anxiety or racism or classism or, you know, all these different things. And I always try to sum it up that, you know, the overall message for this album is equality for every man, woman, and child, regardless of race, religion, color, creed, and sexual orientation. So the fact that I'm here doing this shit's crazy. Yeah, this is tight.
Yeah, it's a
Thanks.
huge moment.
Yeah, this is so tight. This is like cool as shit. Yo, there's a lot of people around us. Does anybody realize that? Like, I feel like people be watching these videos, but they don't
think
see
where it's
behind
like
the
just
scenes.
the two of us in a room.
My homies
They
are over
set up
here
a
and all these
GoPro
guys.
at the top.
Yeah, this is pretty cool though.
Yeah. I mean, it is a huge moment for you, and it's been a really huge year for you too. How has it felt to kind of put this project out that is so intensely personal that you like have opened yourself up more to fans and to other people and see it have such huge success?
You know what's crazy? I always wanted this. I wanted this, and I wanted, but you know, I wanted other people to love me and accept me and think I was great and all this other stuff. And for years and years, I tried to put out music and I tried to do things, you know, to connect with those people, and it never worked. And I realized, screw all those people. The only person that matters the most is myself, and I have to be happy with the man that I see in the mirror, and I have to accept myself. And once I realized that, I was at my most happiest. And so that's why I made this album. So the album Everybody is literally, I was like, what's the furthest thing I could do from radio and television? And then somehow it got me on radio and television, which is like so crazy. But honestly, I think it's because it's authentic, it's from my heart, and I think like, man, real recognize real. So I think people hear the music and they see me, and it's like I'm just me. Like, you love me or hate me, I'm me. And I think that's a really cool thing that allows me to connect with a lot of people. Definitely.
I was just about to say, I think that's the key to it. It's that it's connected with so many different people, so many different walks of life, so many different experiences. The National Suicide Prevention Hotline said that as soon as 1-800 dropped, they got the second most calls ever.
Yeah, that was insane.
What like, how does it feel to have that kind of impact?
It feels great, but I just love that it's like for a selfless cause, something that's bigger than myself or music or, you know, everybody in this room. It's about like humanity and everyone surviving and having the, you know, the power and the strength to continue. So it's pretty badass that, yeah, that like, you know, I look on different streams and there's like hundreds of millions of plays of it, and I can't believe it's crazy. It's so tight.
I imagine you've probably gotten a lot of like fan stories about it too.
Oh yeah, no, I have. But see, that's the reason I made this whole song. So a few years ago for my second album, I, you know, dropped six figures on a tour bus and did a fan tour where I literally went to my fans' houses and their homes, and I played them my album before it came out, and I surprised them and ate with their family and chilled and all this stuff. And the biggest thing that I took from it is, they were always like, yeah, your music's great. We love your music. I love it. It's awesome, but it's your message. And along with that, they would say things like, wow, you saved my life and this. And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, damn, because I wasn't even trying to save your life. Could you imagine if I actually wrote a song to try to help others, like really, when it comes to the subject? And that's where you get the song from. So I'm just happy. I don't know. I think it's like it's just the relationship someone has with their fans. Like, I hear what they want and what they need, and I'm like, all right, let's do it. Because I know that's what I would want. Because honestly, and not to like go on, but yeah, in mainstream media, it's like something that we don't talk about because everybody's got to be the prettiest or the handsomest or the strongest or the coolest or the this or that. And it's like, no, I'm weak a lot. I'm not perfect. I'm human and I have flaws and I get upset and I get angry and I get sad and sometimes I do. I feel like giving up. And I think there wasn't a voice. I mean, there's plenty of voices out there, but on a mainstream commercial level, I feel like there wasn't anybody like saying that. And so I was like, all right, well, YOLO, here we go. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. And I'm on MTV right now.
You're on the
crazy.
VMA.
Hey,
yeah.
Dab. Yeah, this is tight.
Well, on top of performing this song, you're also nominated for Best Fight Against the System.
Yeah, that's crazy.
For your video for Black Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the concept for that video.
Well, I was just like, hey, man, why can't Peter Parker be black? Why is that such a weird thing? Like, I'm not saying he's got to be. Hey, I'm used to like a nerdy white kid from New York as Spider-Man. That's fine. But I'm just saying, I don't think it should ruffle people so much to like, see a person of color in a main role like that. So I was like, yeah, Spider-Man should be black. And so I did Black Spider-Man, and I just thought it was a fun concept because it's not about Black Spider-Man. It's about equality. It's about, diversity and just all different people coming together and being themselves and being proud to be themselves. That's the biggest thing because, we're shunned. So many people are shunned for being who they are. And I think that's just other people who are scared to be who they really want to be. So they want to judge others. So it was just really awesome to create a video where you see all that. You see all colors and creeds and sexualities and people and religions, everybody just coming together to celebrate music and life and, as a people. So I think it was really special that we did that, and I can't believe I'm nominated. I'm just so stoked that like I get to just be myself and I'm getting nominated for shit. That's weird. That's crazy. Can I cuss?
It's pretty awesome.
Fuck yeah.
I think that's kind of the only way that stuff happens is when you're being like authentic and genuine and human.
Yeah, you're right. Because like I feel like there's a lot of artists who I was one of them at first. Like I wanted to be on the radio. I used to wear chains. I used to go to the mall and like buy fake ass chains because everybody would think it was real anyway. And I would wear all these things and do all these things. But it was just because I wanted to be accepted by others. I was trying to emulate the things that I saw because I wanted to be accepted by that world. And I realized once again, all I needed to do is be accepted by myself and create my own world, and it's like, I'd rather be hated for who I am than loved for who I'm not. So I'm just so happy. This is crazy. This is so tight. I'm serious. This is like the bomb, dog. Like, I can't believe that this is what I do, yo. This is what I do for a living.
Seriously.
I fucking rap and I get to hang out with my friends and sit on the couch with really cool people like yourself. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I don't know about y'all, but this shit is crazy. Yeah, this shit is tight. All right, I'm sorry. This is great.
No, it's awesome. I think that you should be like processing this whole moment, especially you just got off stage. Like, it's crazy.
Yo, I flew in this motherfucker on a jet last night. Okay, I can't believe it. Like, life is so crazy, and I'm not gloating. I'm just saying, like, it's so freaking weird. Like, I don't know. I'm just so happy to be here and do all this. Because you only get to do it for the first time. So like I did for example, I did like Jimmy Fallon. I think there's like 9 million viewers or something. And the first time I did it, I was so scared and nervous. And my buddy, he was like, you better get used to this feeling because the stuff that you're doing is getting more and more epic and you're going to get this feeling less and less. So this is like a first. And I'm so like, I got butterflies and I'm so excited to do this. So I'm really just trying to enjoy the moment. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, dog.
Well, back to everybody.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to you about like speaking from different perspectives.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know like why you were so drawn to that, why you think that you're drawn to that.
That's really cool. So the shortest possible answer that I can give you is so there's this gentleman, his name is Andy Weir, and he wrote a short story called The Egg. And The Egg is essentially about a guy who dies and wakes up in a white void talking to God, who then tells him that he's about to be reincarnated. So I loved this idea that I reached out to him, very similar to how, like, and I'm not comparing myself, but I'm just saying how Spielberg reached out to Michael Crichton, which was a book for Jurassic Park, and then he turned it into a film. So I wanted to take this short story and turn it into an album concept. And with his blessing, I did. And essentially, it's about this guy who's walking home from work, wakes up, dies, gets hit by a car, wakes up in a white void, talking to God. God tells him not only he's about to be reincarnated, and that he's been reincarnated so many times, so in fact, that it isn't until he's lived in the shoes of every man, woman, child, race, religion, color, creed, and sexual orientation that he can be taken from this plane of the flesh and go on into the next existence. So the cool concept about it is it's not just the fun skits in between, but on every song, I'm rapping from one of the lives, the perspectives of the life that he has lived, this guy Adam, in the 21st century, when I'm not discussing my race. And I've never discussed my race on an album professionally before, just being black and white and looking white as hell, and it is what it is. All the things that I've gone through internally, and just kind of saying, like, because everybody wants to tell you who you are, what you are, where you should fit in, or what you should do. And it's like, no, I'm me. I'm proud to be black. I'm not ashamed to be white. I'm biracial. I'm mixed. It is what it is. And yeah, so now you know, so at least hate me for that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's pretty cool.
No, that's definitely one of the things that I personally was drawn to because I'm also mixed. Like,
hey, let's go. Tomorrow's people right here.
Yeah, right. There's like this weird thing happens where you sort of feel conflicted about it, right? You're not really sure like what your identity is.
Dude, it's hard because everybody in my family is black, and I'm the only one who looks white, obviously, with my mom. So growing up in like a black household and then going to school and then everybody treats you like you're white, but then you go home and you're treated like just you. And, or especially in hip hop, that was a really hard thing in rap because I never talked about it. Like, it was kind of like this running joke, like on the internet. I thought it was pretty funny where it's like, I'm biracial. Like, did you know I'm biracial? Like, it's like this funny ass thing. But the thing is, I never talked about it. Every time I would sit down, like literally, even right now, we're just discussing, the topic of the album. But like when I would, sit down with people who would interview me, they'd be like, oh yeah, so what's it like being a white rapper? And I'd be like, oh, well, I'm black and white. And then so this would happen so much, and they're like, he's always bringing it up. He's always talking about it. But the truth is that if I sat down for that very first time and somebody was like, what's it like being a white rapper? And I was like, oh, it's great. Oh, it's great. Yeah, white, being a white rapper, so great. Wow, being a white rapper, white. And then some brother was like, hey, ain't your dad black? And then I'd be like, oh, and then he'd be like, what, are you ashamed to be black? And then you can't win. Right. So it's like, I'm not going to hide who I am. I'm proud to be black. That shit's tight. I'm excited.
Well, that's part of why I really like Take It Back, too. And the video for that is crazy.
Yo. Thank you.
Where did that concept come from?
Yo, so the concept of the video, if I'm going to be 100% with you, is I just wanted to shoot on the Universal lot and like, because why not? And do some like movie stuff. I thought that'd be really cool. But I guess the concept of that to me is that the world around me is like almost like burning down because I'm proud of who I am. So I'm like, hey, this is me. And everybody's like, screw you and this and they try to tear me down. Literally, I just represent peace, love, and positivity, and people hate the boy, you know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of people who love me, and I believe that there's more loving, positive people in the world than negative people. But I think the difference between a loving, positive person and a negative person is a negative person will kill you and others to prove their point, as opposed to, a positive person who will walk away. So I think that's what that whole video kind of meant. It was just like all this destruction and everything going around just because I'm happy and accept who I am, but the world can't. That's why at the very end of it, my homie Big Lembo's there, and I go up and give him dap because he's like my best friend, and he's always been there for me through all like my hard times. It's pretty tight.
Is it also probably because it's such a feat to like do that single tracking shot, like one take?
It was dope.
Yeah.
It was so cool. That was like such a fun, like I wanted to shoot that video forever. So I'm really glad that we got to do it.
Yeah.
Yo, this is a good ass interview.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, dog. Thank you. Oh my God. It's nice to sit down with somebody who actually knows their shit. I always hate when you sit down with somebody and they're like, yeah, I really like your album, everyone. It's like, what?
Yeah,
the fuck,
that's
man?
the worst.
Do your homework, bro. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, yeah. So thanks a lot for being so sweet.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Thanks for sitting down and being so genuine.
Girl, you know how I do it.
So talking about issues of like race and class and equality aren't new for you, actually.
Definitely not. Yeah.
But do you feel like a particular responsibility to do more of that, given like the current political moment?
You know what? I've never made music because of like this album is something that I felt I needed to say, just me. Like I needed to talk about this. I needed to say this. I think it came out at a good time where it was needed. And honestly, I don't think like I never sit down and go, I'm gonna be political today, or I'm gonna talk about race. Like, no, just if it's there. But to be fair, I talked about so many serious things on this album that I think, you know, in the future and any music, whenever I get a chance, because I've been going so nonstop, I haven't even had a chance to like sit down and write anything. That when I do, it's gonna be more of a celebration, you know, because like my first album was about my adolescence and you know everything I went through. My second album was more about where I was at that time. This album was about everybody else, and so I think you know the next one is I just want to make music. Like but I want to transcend like myself, you know, like I want to make music like Elton John and Freddie Mercury meets the RZA with like I want to make all music. I want to sing and I want to play piano and make ballads and throw trap drums on that shit. I just want to make music, and I don't want to be in a box, and I want to have fun. And if I feel like making a serious ass song one day, I'll do that, and if I want to make a fun song the next, I think I'll do that. So yeah, I guess whatever my heart, you know, desires, I suppose.
For sure. You've spoken before that the next album will be the last of Logic as we know it. What does that mean?
It'll make sense.
It'll make sense.
That's all I'm gonna say, girl. It's gonna make sense. You can't get it out of me right now.
Sure.
It'll make sense.
Well, any teases for what might be in store for you after that?
Oh, acting. Hey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I really want to act. That's something that I think could be really special. I've always wanted to act, actually. So I think it'd be fun. I kind of like the idea of getting to be another person just for fun. You know what I mean? I think it could be really cool, and I love film so much, so I would love to definitely be in that world. Also, I want to write. I wrote a novel, but I have to finish it, and yeah, I just love being creative. And also, I started my record label, Elysium, and I have a few artists that are signed to that, so I'll be focusing on them, and I just want to live my life and have fun and have a good time and hang out and read books and chill with my dogs and my
Make
wife.
stuff.
Yeah, just make shit. You know what I'm saying?
Cool. Well, I can't wait to see you make a magic moment at the VMAs.
Thanks.
If you guys want to check it out, which I'm sure that you will, it's on Sunday, August 27th, live on MTV. I like that move.
Thanks.